Hi, it's Tex again, and this video tutorial is called How to Create a Video from Woe to Go. It's hopefully a quick walkthrough of the whole process from creating a bucket all the way through to rendering your video and downloading it. Now this tutorial assumes that you've already watched the AWS account sign-up video tutorials or read the PDF and the Getting Started with COTR tutorials as well as the Cloud Classes tutorial. So you should already be familiar with the terms I'll be using, as well as have the basics already set up to go. Okay, so let's get started. First thing is to create a new bucket for storing our new projects files we'll be using. So we click the Add Bucket. We've already got our Amazon account set. The region that we're in. Now let's create a new fish and chips one, since I like that for some reason, and it says we can do it. Create. All ready to go. Now I'm going to start up the servers that I'll need for this. Because it's going to be quick and nasty, I will go ahead and start the micro encoder for the assets that I'm about to upload, and I'll just leave it 2 hours at the moment. And I'm also going to start a small render instance because I want to render these out the video during this to show you that process as well. And there they are, both up, ready to run. Well, the small render one will be shortly, if it's not already. Okay, then we go into our new bucket that we just created. We have an inbox. We'll create a new project. Movie Masher 2, currently those presets are all there is, but those are being updated in the next week or two. Okay, we have our project. Now what we need to do is upload some images and audio into the inbox. Okay, we'll start off with fish and chips. Choose the next file. Want one of the inside of the restaurant. And nice looking fish. I have no idea what sort it is. Nice image of the front of the shop. Obviously they do sushi there as well. And a nice fish platter. And we will upload some music to put as background. And they've all been sent. And here we are. Our files are all uploaded now. Now because we already have the project, all we have to do is select all of these. Click on Import. Alright, select the project in the drop down box. Once you get started there will be a heap there. Click on Import. And that will sit there and think about it for a while as it starts to load the items into the queue. As you can see, we got the first one going in now, and the rest of them queued up behind it, and then we should have the audio one there ready to go as well. Now I'm going to pause this for a few seconds and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, we've finished re-encoding. As you can see, the last one was about a minute ago, so it took about 60 seconds to do all of those, including a 3 megabyte MP3 file. Okay, and there's our list of files that we were importing. And we'll close the inbox, and there they are in the project folder. So what I'm going to do is just quickly create a new video mash. Call this one Jono's Fish and Chips. And there's our new mash. What I'm going to do also is add some text to speech just to show you how it works. Okay, we're going there, we're using English from Google Speech. Click on OK. And that's encoded and it's been sent to the queue because it needs to be encoded for the server as well. Pausing again. Okay, and there it is. Best fish and chip shop in Arizona. Okay, so that's all ready to go. Now we're going to Jono's Fish and Chips and have a look at the actual mash that we've created. Mash just means it's a mashup of videos, images, audio into a timeline so that you can then create a video. Okay, so as you can see, we have here our images and our audio that we just uploaded, as well as the TTS file that we created. Okay, and you can also go into the individual ones. If you have several dozen images in this project, then it may be easier for you to go into the images folder and the audio tab. Okay, so what we're going to do is drag down the images into the timeline. And we want to see what the front of the shop looks like, and we want to see what the interior looks like, and we want to see their fish, and that, and that. And then we'll drop this one back down the end because that's the intro and outro segments of this. And we want to add a title screen. And if we just click there, you can see what you're seeing, what you're working on. Editable text. And that's about as ugly as you can make it, but you have all these different fonts that you can play with. I'll change the color so it's slightly more, let's change the right one, slightly oceany. No, that's not bad. Now, of course, because we're really trendy, we want to make that have an effect. So we'll go Colorize, just drag that down into the bar, and you can see that so that as it plays, it changes color. Now these are just suggestions, and this is, just bear in mind that this is just to show you how to use the system, not that you have to do this for your own videos. Use a bit of common sense, and if it looks stupid to you, it'll probably look stupid to your client unless they ask specifically for it. Now everything that we've got here has an editing section on the side. You can sit here and make your particular scene last longer, so we'll make that 8 seconds. And you can also add effects in the bottom just by dragging them down into this. I'm not going to do that right now. Right, and now we'll add transitions. Actually, before we do that, we will add our caption, because this is going to be our demo that we're going to send out to prospective clients. add that for the length of the entire video. Fill the screen there a little bit. We'll make this a brightish red. We'll change the background alpha to solid white, and we'll change the size down a little bit so it doesn't cover as much of the screen. Okay, and then of course once you send this to your client, all you do is come back in here, click delete, and render it again, and you have your final video, and you don't have to go through a whole process of finding the images again or anything, because they're already all here in the system. Okay, so now we'll add our transitions. I usually just use crossfade for everything because it's the easiest and quickest to use, but you can also use blinds, cute iris open, and that went somewhere, I don't know where. Iris close, cube top to bottom, and then a zoom blur. Then for the final, we'll add some more editable text. I'll make this one nice and bright. Because the timeline has changed, we'll have to change this caption as well so that it comes just to the end of the video. And that's something you have to be a little bit careful of. You notice that I'm adding all of the images first, and then I'll add the audio later, because as you make changes here, the length of the video changes and the audio doesn't change the same. Okay, so we need another transition there, and we'll go back to my nice and faithful crossfade. And again, it's shortened it somehow. Okay, and then we'll quickly preview this. See the preview up here with the transitions and the effect. Johnny's Fish and Chips, downtown Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, so you get the idea. And the transitions, there was our lovely cube right to left. Okay, now we're going to add our audio. We'll put this one here underneath the title. Which is Jono's Fish and Chip Shop. And then we'll just quickly test that.
This is the best fish and chip shop in Arizona.
Okay, and now we're going to add our full-length audio for the background. Now if you go here while that's selected, you can see the trim, and you can trim that manually from either end just by grabbing the little bars. Or you can do it by grabbing the end of it and moving it along. Okay, so now what we want to do is trim this so that it's not, the background isn't going over the top of the TTS that we did.
This is the best fish and chip shop in Arizona.
Okay, so what we have to do is guesstimate where the audio is. I've spoken to the developer of Movie Masher, and this is going to be made much easier.
This is the best fish and chip shop in Arizona.
Wow, that was a great pick. Once you've done this a few times, you'll be able to figure out where the spots are easier too. Okay, let's try that again.
This is the best fish and chip shop in Arizona.
Oh, that's way too wide. And of course, if you want the audio to go even louder, that's 100%, and this is about 150%. Let's go back to there.
This is the best fish and chip shop in Arizona.
And there you go, nice thumping beat all the way to the end. Then all you have to do, I think that's enough for now, is click on save. And that will be ready to go now in our project. And all we have to do is select the mesh that we just created and updated. Click on render. Select the preset that we want. So what I'm going to do, just so I can show you this quickly and not have to actually download it, is I'll do a web 320 by 240, and I'm going to customize it. So once that's selected, all of the info is in there for the bit rate, the audio bit rate, the frequency of the sound, the audio codec, etc. And then I'll go into custom, and because I like mine a little bit louder in your face, I'm going to add volume 600. So that's an extra FF MPEG switch that you can use. 250 is normal, 600 is just over 200% volume, just so you can see what it looks like. And then as soon as I click OK, it will go into the queue to be rendered to video. Chino's Fish and Chips, render 2011 August the 4th at 2300 hours. Okay, I'm just going to pause this while that renders. Back in a second. I'm unpausing just to show you that it's up to decoding frame 31 of 1000. The bigger the video, of course, the longer it takes. Okay, and we're done rendering. So now it's in our fish and chips. What I normally do if I'm saving these, because they all come down named media, is I copy that, right click on it, save link as, and wait for my computer to catch up, and then change the name in here so that I can differentiate them. Don't save the time in that, because the colons aren't Windows characters that you're allowed to use. Or if you just want to preview it, do this, click on it, and there we go. All done. Now if the client's approved that, what I normally do is go to More Actions, Duplicate Mesh, click on OK, and then open the new one and do the final client edits and delete the caption. Save that, and then just render the new one and send it out to them, and it's all set to go. Please feel free to leave comments on the blog we have, which is headspace.clipsontherun.com, or email us in the contact us link on the website. Thank you. Bye for now.